Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on What's Your Story. I know it's Valentine's Day, and I'm sure many of you have gone out to dinner and maybe you're coming home now and putting your feet up to relax or getting on your phones to see who has tried to get in touch with you and say that they love you. And if you're joining us, we very, very much appreciate that because it is a special day. It's a special day of love. When I ask people about their story, I get a lot of different answers. They tell me about their childhood or they tell you about their accomplishments. It's like they're reading from their resume. There's no right answer. The show is a fascinating study on people and how they interpret the question's meaning. It's also a great reminder that we have our own unique story filled with ups, downs, tragedy, triumph, and everything in between. Let us be clear. Every one of us has our own unique journey, and what they did or didn't do is theirs to experience. There's no judgment here, no debate, just a period of time in someone's life that they've decided to share and give us the opportunity to listen. I call them courageous, confident, and caring people. People who aren't afraid to talk about what they've done, what they're doing, and any ideas they have to help others. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your support. It's funny, this morning I was telling my guest, Amber, about this poem because I was just on my computer, and this happens a lot where just something will come across that you need to see or you need to hear. And this one fits perfectly with today and my guest. So let me read it to you. It is by Walt Whitman, and it goes like this. This is what you shall do. Love the earth and sun and the animals, despise riches, give alms to everyone that asks. Stand up for the stupid and crazy. Devote your income and labor to others. Hate tyrants. Argue not concerning God. Have patience and indulgence toward the people. Take off your hat to nothing known or unknown or to any man or number of men. Go freely with powerful, uneducated persons and with the young and with the mothers of families. Read these leaves in the open air every season of every year of your life. Re-examine all you have been told at school or church or in any book. Dismiss whatever insults your soul, and your very flesh shall be a great poem and have the richest fluency, not only in its words, but in the silent lines of its lips and face and between the lashes of your eyes and in every motion and joint of your body. And that, my friends, is by Walt Whitman. So let me tell you about my guest today. And I call her a very special guest because she is a very special guest. She made the decision to come on with me on Valentine's Day, which is a very special day of love. But what better day to give love, show love, and you're going to hear a lot about love on this show today. My guest's name is Amber Dinh. She's been an advocate for educating others about homelessness for years, but finally found her authentic voice by creating a Facebook page and a community in Denver to follow her meeting homelessness in the Front Range of Colorado called Facing Homelessness Denver. And so if you're living there, you're going to want to find her. You're going to want to reach out. She spends her time feeding, clothing, and talking to people who otherwise may be overlooked as people hurry through their day. Amber specifically aligned herself with the Just Say Hello movement after meeting and following an inspired man named Rex Holben through his journey of creating the original Facing Homeless in Seattle, Washington, two of my favorite places. Since starting Facing Homelessness Denver, she has had the opportunity to meet and befriend hundreds of homeless in Colorado and share their unique stories and photos with the world. By sharing what she witnessed in her days serving the homeless community, her Facebook page has now reached nearly 1,000 across the United States that lead greetings for homelessness and gifts someone homeless may need to feel better in the elements of his network community, works through her to make smiles happen on homeless faces year round. She quotes, "I know that there is no simple answers or fixes to the homelessness crisis, but I do know that a community of people in any city across the world can make a local impact on people living outside." So I have to say, I am thrilled to death to have my guest, Amber Dinh, join us because she has a lot to say about this. Welcome, Amber. I'm so happy to see you.
Hi, it's nice to see you too.
And you're coming all the way from Colorado. And how's the weather?
It's beautiful here. Today I was outside all day. We were down in Civic Center Park again with a lot of homeless, passing out flowers. And it was just an amazing day on so many levels.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So, what's your story? What is Facing Homeless Denver about?
Okay, so Facing Homelessness Denver encourages direct giving as a means for connecting with each other and in turn building a healthier community.
Yes.
What I have found through doing this is that, people that are not homeless tell me that when they see somebody homeless, they feel overwhelmed or they feel lost at what to do to even help somebody in that situation. I mean, let's just ask just a basic question, yes or no. Are you compassionate, Kathy?
Yes.
Yes. But sometimes we turn away from the compassionate side and we blame maybe our preconceived notions, that he might have a drinking problem, she might have a drug problem. We try to justify why in that moment our compassion is suddenly not front and center.
Right.
And it's really my journey to navigate downtown for everybody to connect stories and faces with actual people that I meet out there. If I can really drive home that each person has a name, a history, a here and now with a possible need that somebody that's following my page can help me with, and a future, perhaps we can start to weave compassion into the housed and the homeless. I mean, we're all human and we all need love and compassion, and that's really why I do what I do.
I think that you're right when you say a lot of people don't really understand homelessness sometimes. They don't see the big picture. They see that person maybe is dirty, or they maybe they've been drinking because they can smell alcohol. But everyone has a story. We all have a story of how we got to where we're at. And you're right. Compassion, if we have compassion, we are able to look past all that for a minute.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you started Facing Homelessness Denver, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I started it, but how I started it, it wasn't just something that popped up in my head. I had lived near Seattle in Kitsap County for quite a few years. About 3 years ago, I lived there for 3 years. And in that journey, I had found the Facing Homelessness, the original Facing Homelessness page, and learned more about Rex Holbein, learned about the staff, and then I watched a TED Talk that I implore anybody that's watching this to watch. The TED Talk about Facing Homelessness that Rex did is absolutely incredible. And after I watched it, I realized this is the kind of person that I want to align myself with. And he really gets that compassion is the key. So I called him up and asked him if I could open up a Facing Homelessness Denver, and without question, he invited me into the Facing Homelessness family. And I'm just one of, there's probably 30 of us now. There's one in Boulder. There's one in, I believe, Tacoma, Bellingham. There's one in Bradenton, Florida. They're all across the nation, and I believe there's 2 or 3 outside of the United States. So if anyone is moved during this to suddenly feel compassion on a new level and want to join the Just Say Hello movement, contact me, contact Rex, contact somebody close, so we can help you navigate this new journey and celebrate homeless in your own community.
Yes. I mean, I want to put that information on my website because I write about every person that is my guest, and I put their contact information. So we'll get that contact information before the interview's over for sure, so that people can actually, contact you and come out of your comfort zone. Because for a lot of people, it's coming out of your comfort zone because people don't know how to act. They don't know what to do. And, a friend of mine just recently has said on Facebook that she just didn't know what to do because sometimes people come into her place and she wants to be able to talk better and do it right, and it's just a stigma that people just have learned over time or heard, and they need a new way, like you said, a new way. So,
and we want to keep it simple. Just say hello. It
just say hello. Yeah.
Just say hello. And that person might say, hi, my name's Bill, or hey, my name's Jackie. Yeah. It really opens up a conversation. So just say hello.
That's fantastic. And so why did you choose the name Facing Homelessness in Denver? I mean, where did the idea come from?
I absolutely just felt a need to align myself with the exact mission that Rex already had.
Got it.
Why I started it, that's a whole nother ball game if you want me to get into that.
It's up to you because this is your story, Amber.
God.
How did you like the way I just did that?
Yeah, no pressure. Okay, so my daughter, I have one daughter, and her name is Taylor, and Taylor got acute lymphoblastic leukemia when she was 2.5. And at the same time, unfortunately, my marriage was coming to an end, and I chose to live in the hospital with my daughter as she fought cancer. The problem with being a newly single parent and having no job and having a lot of responsibility was that I sold almost everything I had to make sure I didn't lose my car. I kept my cell phone so my parents, could help me pay my cell phone bill. And I found myself knowing that if something drastic didn't happen, I was going to be homeless. So my father owns Living Stones in San Antonio, which is another homeless shelter. And he travels with a homeless entourage, because if anybody that hangs around with homeless, you'll find out that they are the most incredible people and will always have your back. So typically, if you're going to hang out with homeless, you're going to travel with homeless people as you go about your day.
Right.
He came to the hospital and told me that, he wanted to help my dad and a couple homeless people. And I said, I don't know where I'm going to go at the end of this. I really don't have a place, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. And my dad said, well, don't you worry, the Lord will provide. And I said, you know what? I don't know, that guy's not on a time schedule. I'm not feeling this. I really didn't embrace what was going on.
Right.
And through the gift of God, through the gift of having a homeless family, through my father, 2 weeks later, a homeless man named Bear came up to the hospital, and he had a crate. And I said, Bear, what do you have in the crate? And all the people in San Antonio had been panhandling for me. So they actually gave me my start over when I had nothing. And it was homeless that gave me a second chance at life and gave my daughter a second chance at life. Mm-hmm. And I, for the rest of my life, feel that I need to pay it forward because they gave me everything they had and I had nothing to give back. So don't believe that a homeless person can change your life. Please don't ever think that again. I am living proof that if you just say hello and you just open up your heart and, compassion, anything can be given to you in return.
Well, because we're all people, right, Amber? It doesn't matter if we're homeless, if we're black, white, purple, whatever we are, we're all people. And
absolutely,
we need to stop putting that thought that homelessness are over here and we're over there,
Yeah.
Because look what happened to you in the face of desperation and, not knowing what to do. Who came to your rescue?
Yeah.
Who came?
It was nothing I could have ever thought would happen in my lifetime, and it ended up making me so much stronger and realizing who I could lean on. And I have to tell you that, when people pass by and they see me sitting with homeless, I can guarantee you that when I sit to eat with them, they wait for me to sit down and eat with them. And they're incredibly polite, incredibly loving. And it's not because I'm special. It's not because the situation's special. It's because I just took the time to say hello and lower the plexiglass of life and not think it's me as housed and them as not housed that makes us different. We're, black, white, tall, skinny, Asian, whatever you are, whatever religion you come from.
Exactly.
I embrace you. And that's what we should all be doing, especially in today's time.
Well, we're coming to everyone from Facebook Live. Blue Jeans platform takes us right there to Facebook Live so that we can get more people listening and getting interested in this kind of broadcast. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at the page right now on my Facebook radio page. Mesha Manietta said, Happy Valentine's Day. Larissa Juana Foster Murdoch, Amber is awesome. Delia says, she's the best. Becky says, Amber helps so many people on multiple levels. Mike Homner says, thank you, Amber, for all you do. Lori Gregory says, thank you, Amber, for what you do. Facing Homelessness Boulder says, much love from Facing Homelessness Boulder. Sarah says, Amber, you are amazing. We love you. So, I'm not even done with telling you all that's on here. And, 5-10 minutes from now, I'll keep going so we can shout out to these people. They must know you very well and that you really care about people and that you don't just talk the talk. You walk the walk.
I have aligned myself like you do, like they did. I align myself with strong, incredible people that push me to be uncomfortable and to grow as a person. And, Misha's feeding teens in Kitsap County, Washington. And
I love it.
Man, she's amazing. She is a mom of Castle Rock that just gets me anything I need at a moment's notice for any one of those homeless people. We are a community that are making a difference across this nation.
I love it. Because right now we need to hear the good that's going on. People are getting so caught up in the not so good that's going on. But what's so great is if we look close and hard, we will find people like you doing great things to help others. And that's what
People
Americans,
like them.
yes, yes, people like all of you. And, shout out to all the people that you just talked about, really making a difference and looking at their communities and saying, what can I do to make a
Yeah.
difference? And it doesn't have to do with millions of dollars. It has to do with compassion and time.
Yeah.
Because if you give that, everything else just falls into place, right? Because if you need something for somebody that's homeless, all of a sudden you have all these calls from all these people that are willing to help,
Exactly.
which is an amazing thing. It's fantastic, Amber. I'm
Hmm.
applauding you right now.
No, it's all
I'm
them.
going to. Let me have my moment. Okay, so how long have you been helping the homeless? Because you're very well versed now.
Uh, my daddy started taking me dumpster diving at about 10, so that would make 30
Oh,
years. So
wow.
I think that's how I became so great at it. It is a family tradition. My father is still alive and still has his homeless shelter in San Antonio. But before we even had that, I would wake up and get ready to go to school and step over 10 people I didn't know in the living room.
Oh,
So it's just something I grew up doing, and it really has been a second family to me my whole life, is growing
right.
up with people that have unique situations, but still have incredible hearts and really amazing stories. And maybe that's where I got the bug to travel, is from, hearing of people that saw the Rocky Mountains and,
Right.
saw Mexico. And it was a fascinating life. And I'm really, really glad that my dad taught me to never judge anybody by the amount of money they have in their pocket.
Let's dedicate this show to your father. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
let's dedicate. And what is his name?
His name is Jim Spicer.
Jim Spicer. If you're watching, this show is dedicated to you for what you do and also with how you raised your daughter. Because now your legacy will just keep going on and on and on. So I want to thank him for that. So you have a full-time job. You go
Correct?
to college.
Correct.
How do you find the time to help others as well?
So all time management begins with planning, and I
Mm,
plan for success. And that's really what it breaks down to. The other thing I've been lucky with is that because I'm so open about my story with people that I meet face to face, if I can't go pick something up, we have a little community here in Castle Rock, Colorado, and I can call a mom, two in particular, that if I'm just tight and I can't make the time, they will pick up a donation. They can drop it off on my porch. Everybody that is following Facing Homelessness, all 1,008 of them, have my home address. So I'll wake up and have donations on the porch. So it does make it easier, but again, it's me just dedicating the time to being successful. And let me be even more clear. If you don't feel you have the time to give to one more thing, I've been there. I struggle with it even today.
right.
What I can tell you is that if it's about helping homeless, let me be your servant. And I'm talking to everybody listening or might listen into the future. I am more than happy to take on the task and to be the middleman to make sure that we are changing our community in the Front Range of Colorado.
That's fantastic. It's just fantastic. And two, you're also willing to talk to people that, they want to help, but they have this weird thing about homelessness. They think that,
Mhm.
and so would you be willing to talk to them as well and just maybe sort of ease the
I
way
would
for them?
love you.
Look at you. Of course you would.
Seriously, I can always squeeze in a Sunday brunch or a Friday night happy hour anywhere in town.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in an uncomfortable setting. I'm more than happy to go anywhere and talk to anyone about this issue. And once you're ready to trust me, then just jump into my truck and meet me down at Civic Center Park. I'm there every other Saturday from 9 to 11 in the morning. And then I do special needs cases after that in the afternoon. I will drive you to and from if you don't have gas money. And if you don't have anything to bring except for a just say hello, I'm your girl. Just jump into the truck and I'll take care of the rest.
I believe you. You would be my girl for sure. I'm telling you, I believe you. So you have Facing Homelessness Denver. That is the little organization that you put together. Did that come from Just Say Hello? Could you tell us a little bit about Just Say Hello?
Well, the Just Say Hello is how Rex made it so simple for all of us to understand. So it ties into the Facing Homelessness. It is our brand. But even more fascinating, the reason that I lean more on Just Say Hello is because there's a woman named Jennifer. She actually painted her van and drove from Seattle across country and stopped in just a dozen different places. And all she did was hand out socks and just say hello and also pick up additional stories. I did not know her and begged her to come stay at my house when she came through Colorado. And she obliged me. She stayed in my home. I held her hostage for a good 72 hours as I picked her brain and learned all these neat things from her and just more ways to say hello. And that's why I just want to just keep it simple, you silly, Just say hello. It is just that simple to start a conversation with someone you don't know. And really just say hello could tie into any portion of your life. It doesn't have to be somebody homeless. Maybe it's somebody that you typically wouldn't say hello to that's in a wheelchair at the local Safeway. It could be absolutely anything. And if we just were a little bit more compassionate and maybe a little bit more big mouth like me, maybe some things would change.
No, I think we all have to stand up for a cause that we're passionate about. And I think you're doing just that. I see that Kara Jones just joined in, and Kara is an amazing filmmaker that goes from, that really helps nonprofits and organizations to get their message across. So I'm so happy if you're still on, Kara. This might be a new one for you because she's amazing. I have interviewed her before, and she just had a baby not very long ago. And she's an amazing woman that really has a good eye to get people's a message out to the world. Jeremy Hannon said, she has inspired me as well. Thank you, Amber.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Angela Wheeler-Mass said, Amber is awesome. Dwayne said, Amber, you are awesome. Kendall said, Amber, you are one amazing lady. And I mean, so many people have thrown hearts across the screen. It's really beautiful to see. I'm just really thrilled that everyone that is working on homelessness along with Amber has joined in. And at some point, I would love to have, I can have up to 25 people on this platform. So I would love to have you all come on and really talk about homelessness and talk about what each of you do in your own communities to make a difference, and how people can find you and help. Because this is another thing that happens. I know I ran a nonprofit called Dress for Success. People want to give, but sometimes they don't know, what to do. And so we always made it easy without money. You can donate handbags, you can donate shoes and suits and anything a woman would need. So what can we do to help your mission?
Oh, okay. So there's a couple things. If you don't live in this city, or if you don't live in the Front Range of Colorado and you feel compelled to jump on a mission of giving. What I implore you to do is to find your nearest local nonprofit and just figure out how you can help. Maybe one of you knows how to sew bags like Kendall's mom does, or maybe you just want to donate money. Maybe you just want to go out and serve a meal, whatever that looks like for you. But don't wait for somebody else to fix the issues in your community. Absolutely stand up if you see there's a problem, because every single one of us, although it doesn't feel like we can make a change when we first start, if you stay on course, you can do absolutely anything.
Yeah. Well, and Dwayne says, we would love to join you. As a once homeless person, I'd love to be on that show. So I've already got people saying they want to be on the show. So we need to schedule something coming up in the next few months, because I know winter's a tough time, and summer can be tough too, no matter where you're living. So what are the biggest needs that you have during the year?
Always socks. I desperately need socks.
Okay.
In fact, I'm out right now. Snacks, things that are quick for us to get out, cheese and crackers. And anybody can find my address and my phone number and everything else on our Facing Homelessness Denver page.
Okay.
Be specific when you look it up for Facing Homelessness, because there's so many across the globe that you do need to put Denver in. If you're in Boulder, absolutely put Boulder in. Find your nearest one to help them out. Backpacks, sleeping bags, first aid kits. Those are the things that we're always in need of, but most importantly, socks and snacks.
Socks and snacks. Okay, let's say someone lives way across the world in Thailand. Do you have like a PayPal account that someone could give money? What if I said, okay, Amber, I'm going to give you $50 and I want you to buy socks? Yep. How would I get that to you?
So you can either mail it to me, or I will absolutely give you additional ways to get me money.
Perfect.
But the truth is, I like to be, and I believe I am the only establishment here in the Front Range where I do not take a salary. I do not pay for my gas out of money I receive. I don't do anything at all except for take a donation in and be able to prove that it goes out. So 100% of what I take in goes out. And that's really important. My integrity is everything. So I just want to make that clear. It's very easy to go on Amazon.com, pick up socks, and have them shipped to me.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That would be the easiest.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Also, Angela says that, you have needs for feminine products as well, right?
Yep. Actually, one of the other ladies that's on the show is filling her whole front room right now with feminine products, because that is her mission. So everybody here that I have aligned myself with, just thankfully has their own little passion, and they bring that into this project. So if you're just dead set on bringing gloves, great, just stick to that cause. If you just want to give them coffee, great, we can do that. Or if it's a male or female preference, I'm down. I'll take any donation I can and find it the perfect home.
Well, and it's great for businesses too. Like, my friends, I have some friends that have businesses there, and one particularly, Let Them Have It Salon, I'm going to mention you. They always do giving back. And so like once a month or maybe a couple of months, they specifically give back to an organization. So they could just pick something, like you said, that we need and we take for granted every day, that because we get it, no problem, and just collect that from every client that comes in for a month, or maybe they get a percentage off or something. So there's so many ways to make it work, right?
Absolutely. And in fact, I know this is going to be a harsh lesson for some of the people that are watching the show, but I really do take this to heart. I've been in sales my whole life. And I had a great leader a couple years back say, Amber, don't do business with people that won't do business with you. And although that was a hard lesson for me to understand, when I saw him physically drive it home with an example, I realized how important it was to my own life. So I only get my hair done at Nixon and Company, and in return, they donate their coats to me. A couple of the moms of Castle Rock got to see that they donated earrings this last weekend to homeless, and that really makes a difference. Small Cakes, if they don't sell their goods at the end of the day, will donate those amazing cupcakes to homeless. And Vitality Bowls here in Castle Rock also gives me really an unlimited supply of fresh goods for local homeless that are passing through.
So so you have aligned yourself with organizations and businesses that believe that it's important to give back, and it's important to give back to homeless. Okay,
yes,
because
absolutely.
I'm of the belief that, well, we're all human. We all have a story. And that's my big thing, is that we all have a story, and we cannot judge each other for our stories. We cannot. We have to be more compassionate, like you talk about, because if we're not, then, I mean, what kind of world is it going to be to live in? I mean, the thing that people don't really understand when I hear your story is that people could become homeless at any moment by just a hospital bill, or or they lose their job and they can't find a job right away, and then all of a sudden they can't pay their mortgage, or they can't feed their family. I mean, it can happen to any of us. It's not just drug addicts and alcoholics that are homeless.
Correct.
Let's stop that insanity right now.
Yes, please.
Really. So, I just think that if we can put ourselves in each other's shoes once in a while and realize that we're all human and we all have compassion, no matter who each person is, then maybe we can look at homelessness different.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can. So, can someone go out with you and volunteer? And how does that work? How do you do that? Do people contact you? How does it work?
Well, I'm from Texas originally, so my house is always open. The kitchen never closed. Literally, if somebody wants to learn more, I'm always here to educate them. If they want to go out and see how it's done, then I highly suggest they follow my page. And then every other Saturday, I go out to Civic Center Park. Along the way, I have a lot of great people here in the Front Range that will let me know if there's somebody homeless and serious need. And I'll have those special cases in the evenings or after Civic Center Park from 9 to 11 in the morning on Saturdays. And if you want to come for anything, you can either meet me there or I can physically take you.
Right. And so they should connect with Facing Homelessness Denver. They should on Facebook, and I will put that on my website, a link, so you all can just click on it and get right to Amber's page. Also, the Just Say Hello page. Also, I will get your email as well, and everybody will be able to just go and click on those on my website, which is www.Kathy- little line in between Kathy and Bacon.com, and I have a whole, it'll say blog. You can go to blog and you'll be able to find Amber's bio, and at the bottom you'll find her contact information, because it's really crucial that you have that, and I'll make it easy. All you'll have to do is bing, click, and you're going to get to her. So this is I already know the answer, but I want everyone else to know the answer. How does it make you feel to be helping so many people?
Well, I'm the safest girl in Denver. I can go anywhere and I never worry. No, seriously, the truth is that answer is very, very clear. It feels great, but this isn't mine. This Facing Homelessness Denver is the 1,008 followers that click each week and send me socks and leave well wishes for people that I've focused on the page, and sent me private messages saying keep going. And I don't have anything to give, but my heart is there. Facing Homelessness Denver is everybody's page. I'm just the middle girl. And
Yeah.
that's what I want everybody to know.
Well, and I got this little message on Facebook saying, congratulations, this is your most commented on live video yet. That is lovely. Wow. And Angela says she is great. She has taken my daughter who is 12 and she loves helping out and it teaches her a lot. She is such a blessing to so many. So
No, she's the blessing.
I'm telling you. And then Mike says, thank you, Kathy Bacon. What's your story? Well, I guess someone will have to interview me sometime because I have a heck of a story myself. That's
awesome.
why, I do what I do because we all have a story. And, we can judge all day long. We can say whatever we want about people. But until we actually sit down and say hello, do we understand what that story is and what that does to the individual and who it makes them? We're all on a unique journey.
Yeah.
And wow, you're absolutely amazing, Amber. And, we've known each other probably, gosh, I guess for maybe 6-8 months or something like that, but we've never met face to face. And I got to tell you, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart on Valentine's Day for you doing what you do and all the people that are involved with you in the Denver community. It's a place I love. It's always in my heart, Denver. And Seattle, I'm going to go there in May, and I'm going to see if I can't get my grandson he's 9 years old, but he needs to learn how to give. And so just to be able to have him. Yes, yes. And him and I can go into Seattle and get involved because that's what we're supposed to do. But I want to say thank you so much for being on today and sharing your story because I know it wasn't easy to share it. And you had the option to share it or not to share it. And you know what? You got it over with right away. I thought it was going to linger a little bit and you just went for it.
No, I was ready. I owe everything to everybody that left a comment and to people I haven't met yet. I'll find you because I'm going to keep saying hello.
I love it. And all of you, again, go to the website, kathybacon.com. There's a little line in between. You will have all of Amber's information, I promise you. And I expect to hear from Amber that she's got new volunteers from this broadcast because I really want to know that that's happening for you. I really do. And thank you for telling me about Amazon. That's another way if people don't live in a community where there is facing homelessness or just say hello, they can go onto Amazon, they can do what needs to be done there and they can ship that to you. Again, I'll put your address on my website as well. So you are easily to be found. And such a blessing to be in the world with you, really. Such a blessing. And
no, pleasure. I'm just so thankful that you gave me this opportunity. And thank you again to everybody else that tuned in.
Well, let's think about moving forward, getting a group of you that do this wonderful thing in our community, in every community, and get a panel on what's your story. And we can certainly talk about issues that you guys want to talk about. We can talk about, we can even do something that maybe like a little gathering where people can donate. It could be like a homeless-a-thon, something like that. So thank you again, Amber. I want to say thank you to all of you who tuned in and all of you who made comments. I just got a congratulations from Facebook. I should be really happy because no one's commented this much. Wow. Takes my breath away. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Amber Dinh was my guest from Facing Homelessness Denver. And she has a message. I know what it is. Just
say hello.
Just say hello. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Bye.